r/askreddit by Redmond ETS. What happened to the smartest kid in your class? He was smart enough to never associate with people from high school again. He has never attended a reunion and it's been over 30 years. He went to MIT, works for Apple, and has a very expensive home in California. He also has a wife and 4 kids and seems to be very happy. I remember he was programming games in high school and was valedictorian. A big nerd who became a wealthy big nerd. Smartest guy from my high school became an actual rocket scientist. Superstar pediatric neurosurgeon. Most confident person I've ever met. Guess you'd have to be to cut open a little kid's skull and operate on their brain. He moved to Poland and became a molecular biologist. There were 2. They were twins. They're both geneticists now with PhDs, and they work at the same university. She worked at Johns Hopkins doing research with psilocybin. Died from a brain tumor right after he graduated high school. He was dang smart. Could play the piano upside down too. Dropped out of college to marry and support the much younger woman he got pregnant. Now, 30 years later, owns a board game store with a large back room for mini painting and games and plays dad to half the neurodivergent kids in town. Still married to the same woman too. It's not a high-flying life but he makes a difference to so many people. Edit. While this blew up. To make you all feel better, he was 23 I think and she was 18. A big age gap when you're young. It was also in the Netherlands, where at least at the time, I've been gone a while, we didn't really care so much as long as it wasn't a 10-year difference or one of them was under 15. Teenagers have sex drives, it happens. The smartest one I knew ended up drowning, tragically, right after we graduated. I wish I could have seen him make an impact on the world. Guy had 3 scholarship offers. Lasted 1 year in uni before jumping off a building. Feel sorry for him and his family. My best friend, at the time, we drifted apart and speak only rarely now. He got a PhD at Harvard, studied science in Antarctica, and now teaches at an Ivy League university. The smartest kid in my school was really popular and was one of my closest friends. But when he graduated he left everyone and everything behind, including his family. He even changed his name. I found out this little bit of information because a friend went to an academic conference and showed me a group photo and he was in it. I exclaimed, "That's my friend Pascal." He kept his first name but his last name was an anagram of his original name. I had such a big crush on her and told her. We dated. She moved across country to study and is now a doctor. So proud of her even though our lives changed paths. Funny enough, the same thing happened to me. Except after I confessed my feelings, she never talked to me again. He's in jail for murder. Came as a surprise. I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that. He was a really nice friendly guy. Didn't expect him to ever be violent. Then one day I read he shot his business partner execution style. I'm going to need you to elaborate much more on that, this time in the form of a limited docuseries. LMAO, it's hard to elaborate on something I don't really know all that much about sadly. In school he was known for being super friendly and helpful to all the other students in class. Even held study groups and stuff. A few years later and I read he killed his business partner and that he got connected to a bunch of fraud and embezzlement cases. Disappeared into a shadowy government job. Poof, gone. She married a religious fruitcake 12 years older than she was almost immediately after graduation and started pumping out kids. Never went to college. Has never had a job. Spends her days on Facebook shaming people for being sinners. There are 2. I remember one of them crying when they got an A- on a test in like 7th grade. One of them, the one who cried, is an executive in a Fortune 500 company. Nothing special but making a lot of money. The other one is a brain surgeon. He was an idealist, became a priest and served in the Vatican, became disillusioned and left the church, got 2 master's degrees, and died by his own hand. He was a truly good person who couldn't marry his ideals with the reality of a church. After never having even smoked a cigarette or drank alcohol in high school, straight A's all the way through, he got a full ride to a really good university. As a freshman he dropped acid, walked out in front of a car and was killed. The smartest kids I knew in school turned to alcohol. And doing really dumb stuff, maybe not all but quite a few. The bullies didn't amount to anything either. The mediocre ones in the middle were the ones that had successful careers and normal lives. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.